All right, today we are taking a deep dive into the blueprint for a company called AGA. And look, their goal is absolutely massive to build a brand new AI powered financial system, pretty much from the ground up. We're not just talking about another trading app here. This is a plan to completely re engineer the very mechanics of how markets work.
And this quote, which comes directly from AGA's own documents, really just cuts right to the chase. It's all about one thing, one absolutely critical concept: liquidity. The ability to easily buy and sell stuff. Their entire strategy, everything we're about to talk about, is built on this one idea that whoever controls this flow of assets is going to control the future of finance.
So here's how we're going to unpack their plan. We'll start with the huge vision, then we're going to pop the hood and look at the engine that's supposed to drive all of this. We'll size up the absolutely massive trillion-dollar market they're jumping into, see how their tech supposedly stacks up, then we'll figure out the role of their token, and we'll wrap it all up by looking at their really ambitious roadmap for the future.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the big picture. And I have to say, HEA is definitely not thinking small. Their stated mission is to create nothing less than a next-generation financial order. Now, what does that even mean? Well, it means they don't just want to compete in the current market. They want to become the market itself. They're trying to shift from being just another player to being a fundamental force that actually shapes how trading happens. And that brings us right to the heart of their entire strategy. See, Asia isn't just building another exchange. They're building what's called a market maker. So what in the world is that? Well, it means they don't just sit around and wait for buyers and sellers to hopefully find each other. No, they are both the buyer and the seller, always there, always ready to provide that liquidity that makes trading even possible in the first place. Think of it like one of those currency exchange booths at the airport. They are always ready to buy your dollars and sell you euros, or the other way around, right? They literally make the market for those currencies. Well, in the world of digital assets, a market maker does exactly the same thing, just making sure there's always this deep, stable pool of assets ready to go for any trade. And according to their documents, this whole market-making system is built on 4 core pillars. You've got the quoting system, which is constantly setting the prices. That's fueled by a massive asset pool. Then you have this really sophisticated AI-powered risk hedging model that is constantly adjusting to what the market is doing in real time. And finally, the whole thing is wrapped in a compliance framework to make sure it's all above board. It's designed to be a complete self-running engine. So you build this powerful engine, but where do you race it? Well, it's not being built in a vacuum. AGA is aiming this thing straight at one of the biggest, most competitive arenas in all of decentralized finance, the perp DEX market. That's short for perpetual decentralized exchanges, platforms for trading really complex derivatives. And the scale of this market is just, well, it's staggering. Okay, get ready for this number. In just the last year, the trading volume in this one space was over $1.57 trillion. No, that is not a typo. To put that in perspective for you, that is more than the entire gross domestic product of a country like Australia. It is a gigantic market with unbelievable amounts of money flowing through it every single day. And this isn't some past trend. It's happening right now. The numbers for May 2025 alone show a trading volume of nearly $250 billion. So the race for a piece of this absolutely massive pie is on, and it is intense. And believe me, this is a crowded field. You've got titans in here, like DYDX and GMX, but the one that Erga really seems to be setting its sights on is Hyperliquid. It's a super fast-growing competitor that's known for its high-performance, completely on-chain system. So you can think of Hyperliquid as the benchmark that Erga knows it has to beat. So the big question is, how does AGA actually plan to compete? Well, their answer is a piece of technology they call HyperFlux. So let's put it head-to-head with that benchmark, Hyperliquid, and see how AGA claims their tech is different, based on the specs in their own blueprint. Okay, this table is really the key to understanding their whole pitch. Let's break it down. First, the matching method. Hyperliquid uses a standard order book, a CLOB. AGA proposes a hybrid system with a couple other methods, including a request for quote system, which could mean much better prices for big traders. Next, AI intelligence. Hyperliquid doesn't have a native one. AGA is literally building its entire system around AI. But honestly, the biggest difference might be in capital efficiency. AGA's proposed yield margin 2.0 means your collateral, the money you put up to trade, doesn't just sit there. It's designed to actively earn you yield while you trade. If that works, that's a huge advantage. So, if we boil all that tech talk down, the AGA blueprint is basically claiming that HyperFlux will have 5 core advantages: a more advanced structure for matching trades, way smarter AI-driven risk control, much better capital efficiency, a built-in AI market maker, and a really strong focus on compliance and being transparent.
Okay, so we've got the grand vision, we've got the tech, but what is the fuel for this entire engine? Well, that brings us to the AGA token, which is designed to be the economic lifeblood of this whole ecosystem.
And that really is the key question, right? In a system this big and this complex, how do you actually incentivize people to participate, and how do you capture the value that's being created? The Blueprint's answer, of course, is their native token.
The token's value is designed to come from a whole bunch of different places. A portion of it comes directly from the profits of the market-making engine. Then there are rewards for users who pledge their tokens to help out. You get rewarded for participating in governance, and of course, demand should grow as the whole ecosystem expands. On top of all that, it also includes a model where they use platform profits to buy back and destroy tokens, which should reduce the total supply over time.
Now check this out, because this table shows one of the most unique features they're proposing. The price of the token isn't just arbitrary. It's designed to be directly linked to the value of the Bitcoin in its liquidity pool. So, as this example from their document shows, if the Bitcoin in that pool goes up 10x in value, well, the price of each and every AGA token is designed to do the exact same thing. It creates this direct value link to a major established asset. All right, let's zoom back out for the final piece of this puzzle, the long-term plan. Because this isn't just some one-off project launch. What they've laid out is a multi-year, multi-stage evolution. And this roadmap is incredibly ambitious. They claim to have already finished phase 1, which was just proving their AI trading model works. They say they're now in phase 2, launching that market maker engine we talked about. Next up is the full exchange, and then the final goal, way out beyond 2028, is to become a full-fledged digital bank and asset manager. This is not a short-term play. This is a decade-long plan.
So what's the ultimate destination on that long roadmap? What's the end game? It's to build what they claim will be the world's first self-evolving, decentralized financial ecosystem, with artificial intelligence right at its very core. A system where the tech, the liquidity, and the community all merge into something totally new.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint. It is a complex, dense, and incredibly ambitious plan to fuse AI with market making and decentralized community control. And it really leaves us with one massive question to chew on. Is a self-evolving financial ecosystem, one that's powered by AI and owned by its users, is that the future of finance? It's a bold vision, and only time will tell if it becomes reality.